From the studio behind such classics as Shantae and Mighty Switch Force comes the newest installment in the Kunio-kun series, River City Girls. While I definitely love titles by WayForward and have lots of faith in the studio, can they live up to the beloved Kunio-kun series with their newest title? Before I jump into my review though, I'd love to know your thoughts on all this. Whether it be during or after the video, feel free to voice your opinions in the comments below. With that out of the way, let's jump in. River City Girls stars Kyoko and Misako, two rebellious high school besties and the girlfriends of series mainstays, Kunio and Riki. The adventure begins when one day, while lazing about in detention, the girls receive a mysterious text showing that Kunio and Riki have been kidnapped. Determined to get their boyfriends back and make the kidnappers pay, the girls go on a full-on rampage, fighting their way through the 6 regions of River City. Along the way, they'll utilize an arsenal of attacks, accept numerous side quests, interact with a variety of NPCs, and of course, battle an assortment of strange enemies. Now, for anyone who follows my podcast, you should know that I was quite excited when I heard about this game coming out. Not only do I enjoy a good beat 'em up, but as a huge fan of WayForward's work, I was quite curious to give River City Girls a try and see if it could live up to what I hoped it could be. Well, now that I have played the game, I am happy to say that I overall did have a pretty good experience with it. For starters, I think the gameplay is very satisfying. When it comes to moves, for instance, though you're initially armed with a quick attack, a strong attack, a single jumping attack, and a single running attack, the game uses a fairly straightforward RPG-style experience system where defeating enemies and beating certain tasks will reward you with XP. Each time you level up, you're awarded a new move, some stat boost, and sometimes a notification that even more moves are available in the town's dojo. This leads to being able to customize Kyoko and Misako to your playstyle, complete with equipping a laundry list of unlockable moves as you see fit. As for traversal, I love that the game is less like your typical beat 'em up and more like a small-scale, open-world adventure. By this I mean that, although you do have the typical fight your way through a constantly expanding map and occasionally being locked in a screen until a crowd of bad guys is defeated sort of gameplay, you are also able to do a lot of backtracking and exploring. Whether collecting information, doing side quests, or visiting one of the many shops around the city, there's always a ton of stuff to do and plenty of detours to make your trip interesting. Moving on, another thing that I really enjoyed was the game's visuals. From the silky smooth character animations, to the beautifully drawn backgrounds, and even some really well-crafted manga panel intermissions, the game looks great and I absolutely adore all of the character that you can feel packed right into the art. I think WayForward has really outdone themselves. Likewise, I also think the music is pretty top-notch. Featuring a number of different artists, the soundtrack is snappy and includes a little bit of everything, such as slow pop, energizing chiptune, heavy rock, and synthwave. Best yet, when the gameplay reps up intensity for boss battles and such, the music knows how to follow along. Finally, something I really enjoyed was the references and attention to detail when it comes to characters. For instance, though it is quite obvious already that Misako and Kyoko are different as can be, what from the way they dress and how they speak, I love the added detail of the tomboyish Misako having a plain black phone with cracks in it, while the girly Kyoko is, of course, rocking a teddy bear case with stickers all over it. If you pay attention during the playthrough, it is quite fun catching other details like this that match up with their personalities. As for references, I may not be much of an expert when it comes to the Kunio-kun series, but I still think that it is pretty cool trying to catch all the cameos from characters in the series, as well as from Double Dragon. As much as I enjoy the game, it is not flawless, however. One issue, for instance, is that the button used for quick attacks is also used to trigger an exit, which can lead to some annoyance when all you want to do is fight off large groups of enemies near a doorway. Likewise, it can be a bit annoying how you aren't told what an item does before buying it, sometimes causing you to waste money on something that ends up being worthless. However, neither of these issues compare to the awfulness that is the ending. Now, while I won't spoil anything, let's just say that it is a cruel twist ending that comes out of nowhere for no other purpose than being played for some meta humor. Is it enough to ruin the game? No, but trust me when I say that it is really stupid and makes you question your whole journey. That terrible ending and a few smaller nitpicks aside though, I did really enjoy everything else about the game, and I have to admit that I have not had as much fun with the beat 'em up since Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, the game. full of some great gameplay, awesome visuals, top-notch music, fun characters, and some cool references, I would definitely recommend this game to anyone that is even slightly interested after watching this video. But hey, that's just my opinion. And remember, don't take anything I say too seriously. After all, I'm just a wannabe reviewer. Thanks for watching.